Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello sir, my name is Trisni Clara. I'm from class B. Today I'm creating this video to discuss and present about topic 12, which is focused on psycholinguistic, neurolinguistic, and also medical linguistic. Clinical linguistics, sir. I'm sorry. Okay, first we are gonna talk about psycholinguistic. What is a psycholinguistic? Psycholinguistic is the study deals with a psychological aspect of language, and psycholinguistic is the study of child language and a child development and acquiring of their one first language. Yep, it is study about a child language and a child development their language become to one first language, I think. And next psycholinguistic also study about to understand of human behavior. Okay, in psycholinguistic they have structure. They have three structure. The first is comprehension. Comprehension is the ability to know the meaning of language of spoken or written. It is called complex process because involves many skills including reading, listening, speaking, vocabulary, and grammar. And also the ability to someone understand of language. Next, the second is production. Production is the ability to know how people say what they say, because when the speaker say that it has a message or that it has a means to communicate in what they say, and which make us to know that the meaning of the litterance is whether it is a speech, a statement, comment, quote, or something like that in what they say, because that has a message. Okay, next, the last is acquisition. What is acquisition? Acquisition is the ability to know when a new behavior or response is established and how process abilities develop and matters in every young child as they acquire their native language. Okay, that's all about psycholinguistic. Now we are gonna talk about neurolinguistic. What is a neurolinguistic? Now, neurolinguistic is talking about brain. Yep, it's the ability. Neurolinguistic is the study that has relationship between language and communication, and also the study of our brain, how our brain understand and produce of language. And neurolinguistic is the ability of how brain produce language, process language, including how it is acquired, how it is produced, and also how it is comprehension. Yep, it's like how it is brain to understand, to produce a language, and also to production language. Yeah, something like that. And in neurolinguistic is talking about brain, and in brain there have a function. The function there have 10 function. I think, I don't remember, but I think 10. Yeah, let me spell that. For the one is problem solving. 2 is frontal lobe. Third is the 3 is central sulcus. 4 is motor control. 5 is parietal lobe. 6 is visual processing. 7 is auditory processing. 8 is lateral facial. 9 is temporal lobe, and the last is occipital lobe. Okay, there are a function in brain. And in brain, there is so-called aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorders resulting from a brain damage. Is language disorders from brain damage. It is called aphasia. Okay, that's all about neurolinguistic. And now we're gonna talk about the last material in this subject. That is clinical linguistic. Yeah, clinical linguistic. What is clinical linguistic? Clinical linguistic is the studies language disability. It's also a study about how to fix someone that has a language disability. Anyone whose language skill are underdeveloped, so it requires treatment. And yeah, it is called clinical linguistic. I think, for example, like erotic, not to be able to say R. When you say R, it's kind of sound like L, R, L. Yeah, it is like erotic. I think a clinical linguistic, when a patient has a struggle to say R, and then they want to treatment to able to say R. Yeah, because in Indonesian, that people has a struggle to say R, they must to clean their tongue, like clean to be able to say R. I don't know it's true or not, but Indonesian it's like that, but I don't know, I think it's not true. Yeah. Okay, next, but is for example like erotic, when people not to be able to say R, they are need to treatment to say R, to be able to say R, not sound like L. Okay, in what? Oh, in clinical linguistic, there have role of clinical linguistic. They have 5. The first is clarification. Clarification is the ability to clarify areas of confusion in understand language, and clarification involves a process of checking, repressing, and also expanding of information. And the second is description. Description is the ability of a patient behavior with someone who interact with it. And also description is the ability to patient who has language disorders it's seen based on the way they act. It is called description. And the third is diagnosis. Diagnosis is the ability to analyze specific language or communication disorders in individual. And in individuals, they have and also to understand of their difficulty of language. It is called diagnosis. Okay, the 4 is assessment. After we do diagnosis, we have a result, right? We have a result of diagnosis, and in assessment, their assessment, your diagnosis is true or not. It is a function of assessment. It's called assessment. Is the ability of evaluation in language skill, speech, and communication. Yeah, it's evaluation, and also to find any disorders or difficulties when you communication or when you communication in language. It is called assessment. And the last role in clinical linguistic is the intervention. Intervention is the ability how to improve, how to fix that someone has language disability. Yeah, because say this is a stage of treatment for for someone has language disability. Okay, sir, that's all for me about this material. I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry when I say to explain before in my opening video, sir. I just want to let you know, sir. So that's all for me. Thank you, sir, and bye bye.